It will take 8 years, is projected at the current rate of growth, to get back to pre-recession employment rates. 8 years. Now, if you're unemployed, time isn't measured by hours or days or months. It's measured by savings exhausted, by homes that are lost, by families that are broken, by dreams that are crushed. 8 years is an unacceptable reality. This cannot be the new normal. We will not allow this to continue. Now, Americans get this. Poll after poll, no matter how they put it to them, they say jobs and the economy is their first priority. What do you want Congress to do? Jobs and the economy is the first priority, more than spending, more than deficits, more than taxes, jobs and the economy. Economists get it. Economists understand that putting people to work is the first and necessary precondition to a recovery. So they warn, from Bernanke to Goldman Sachs, they warn against cuts in spending now while the economy is faltering and the growth is fragile, for fear that will surely cost jobs and may well turn us back into decline. But Washington has a severe case of what we might call attention deficit disorder. There's a lot of talk about jobs, but there is literally no action. Last week, House Speaker John Boehner, now that's a set of words that I never thought I'd say, he was asked about his priorities. He said the American people are clear. They want the government to remain open and spending to be cut. He didn't mention jobs. He probably forgot that he had just won the election by going across the country bellowing, "Where are the jobs?" And so when they asked him, well, if you do these spending cuts and it costs jobs, what about that? He said, if it costs jobs, so be it. So be it. Now, when banks are in trouble, Congress turns itself inside out and overnight appropriates nearly $1,000 billion to bail them out. Overnight. And people now are in trouble, and the answer is, so be it. Well, the reason for this summit is we're here to say, in the words I was taught at law school, bull. We're not going to put up with this. We need action. We're going to need a citizens movement. We need an agenda and a rally around jobs and a strategy for renewing America. So today we're going to put before you an array of experts, of political, union, and business leaders to talk about the elements of that strategy. But we're also going to remember the lesson of Wisconsin. This really isn't a policy debate. This is about priorities, it's about values, it's about power. The debate up in Washington isn't really about deficits. You can't do lavish tax breaks on millionaires in December and then cut spending on poor kids and child nutrition in March and say you're about deficit reduction. You're about something very different. Now, neither party we know is going to drive any action on jobs. We are mired in a discussion about less, about how much to cut and what to cut. We have to build that demand out in the country and bring that demand to Washington. So this afternoon, through the day, we're going to be talking about that movement. This morning, you don't want to miss Rich Trumka. When he comes, he will be on fire, I'm sure. This afternoon, we'll have some of the nation's leading organizers talking about how we start to build from Wisconsin into a national movement on jobs. The one thing that Wisconsin reminded us of is something we all know. When, in fact, we stand up, when we stand together, we can change things. We can win. When we work together and organize and mobilize and don't put up and shut up, we can build a movement for dramatic change in this country. This summit is but a marker, just as Wisconsin is but a first chapter. But we're going to stand now with workers across the country who are under pressure. We're going to stand with the workers in Wisconsin. We're going to stand with the unemployed. who need our help. We're going to organize them, and we're going to build a movement for jobs and for the renewal of this country, and that's what this summit is about. So